Happy Navaratri to all of you. The auspicious festival which is celebrated all over India in different corners, in different forms and different styles. I know this year the celebration is going to be very, very different as we are not allowed to celebrate because it's basically celebrate in a huge manner. Let us celebrate Navaratri, the Navadurga from inside, which is the actual celebration, I feel. When we say about Navaratri and Navadurga, which is Shailaputri, Brahmacharini, Chandraganda, Kushmanda, Skandhamada, Katyayani, Kalaratri, Mahagauri and Siddhidatri. All of us have different forms in our mind, different iconography, which we have been following. When we talk about god, goddesses and their iconography, we need to realize that it has been evolved from a human mind, a scholar or a rishi, whomever we call it as. So it has influence, or that iconography is influenced by the time, the culture of that particular society, and that is why it is so different from each corner, What I'm trying to say is the society and the time and the person and their thought process has influenced the iconography of the goddesses. And that is why it is different in each state or in each culture or in each society or in each caste system. So much has been influenced. So let us see Navadurga in a different form this year. A Durga form from inside. We'll peep into the concept of Navadurga through a different perspective. When you feel them as a part of yourself, that is where the actual celebration begins. The celebration of Navadurga without any influence. Navadurga represents 9 unique characters in us only. It portrays the real strength of us. She is invisible. She is passionate, compassionate. She is peaceful. She is loving. She is caring. She is fearsome. She is actually connected with the flora and fauna of the nature. The conch shell she carries, the lotuses, the bull, the lion. It allows us to merge along with the universe, along with the nature. So let us go through all the Durgas. First is Shailaputri. When you hear Shailaputri, the word itself is Putri, the infant form of yours. You imagine the child in you, which is so innocent, clear, no doubts. Only happiness, only no true love, no anger. Shailaputri, she's as innocent as her childhood. I really don't want to talk about the stories of what is Shailaputri or who is she. I'm not going to touch anything like that. I'm just talking about the feel of her. Because when you see Shailaputri, when you think about her, you will see the child in her. So Shailaputri represents the child in you. Next is Brahmacharini. From the infant, we go to the next stage of life, the stage of learning, where our senses are all focused to one particular point, which is learning, which is education. So that is the period you have to be like a brahmacharya, because you don't have anything else to think about. You are just thinking about acquiring knowledge to live your life, to lead your life. So she represents, or that particular portion of our life is represented by Brahmacharini. So that means Brahmacharini means she's focused to a point. There's nothing else other than learning. So the learning stage of our life is represented by the goddesses Brahmacharini. So when you think about Brahmacharini, you can imagine how her energy will be, because you yourself have gone through it. Next is Chandraganda. when our senses starts working, when the feel of a woman peeps into our system, when our mind starts working, when our emotions become powerful, when our hormone changes, when we start looking at our body, when you feel the gender in you, when you feel you are a woman, when you feel the requirement of a masculine energy, the most beautiful part of a woman is that particular period when she realizes she's a girl, where moon has lot of influence because her emotions are very, very powerful. And that particular period, we call it as Chandrakanta. So when you next time see Chandrakanta, you can realize the energy in her. What is that energy which is going to reflect? You'll start realizing, you will start seeing yourself in her. Or you'll start realizing the Chandrakanta in you itself. When you cross that stage, you're basically ready mentally and physically for merging with your Shiva, for a union with the masculine energy, where the sun's or the Surya's energy starts flowing to the moon's energy, where you have the union with your Shiva or the male counterpart. The realization of the energy of the union, the power, the feel, the liberation of the sun's energy toward the universe. Kushmanda represents that particular period of your life. Once you merges with your masculine energy, you basically start preparing yourself to become a mother. Your womb starts preparing for it. Your mind starts craving for it. Skanda Mada. It's a biggest transformation area. From a woman to a mother. It's the most beautiful period of our life. When you are ready to give birth to a life. That is the time where the feel of a mother comes out, where you can start thinking as a mother. It's a different perspective to life. And that particular perspective is Skanda Mada. Once you become a mother, then your concentration, your focus, your child. She just doesn't think about anything else. She doesn't think about her Shiva. She doesn't think about her male counterpart. From a biological mother, she becomes a responsible mother. What is my child going to eat? How am I going to feed? You're ready to punish the child. You're ready to groom the child with love, with anger. Your concentration is only that. And that is where Goddess Katyayani comes in. A goddess who survives to only protect her children. Once you achieve that particular stage, once you cross that particular stage, you emerges to be a woman with greater responsibility, from whom your energy starts opening up to a society. You will start getting time to listen to your neighbors' problems, your friends' problems. You're ready for a help. Your experience helps you to do that. You start thinking about the wellness of the society. Once you start feeling responsible for society, you become more fearsome. You are ready to take a weapon to protect the society. The concept of protection changes. You may have to fight with a bigger crowd. That is where Kalaratri comes in. Kalaratri, the fearsome goddess who does good. You don't mind fighting for the goodness of the society. You really don't feel selfish about it. From a biological mother to an emotional mother to a mother for the whole society. And to maintain all these energies, you realize you need to follow a system. You need to follow the laws of the universe. You need to have a discipline in your life. Without having discipline, you cannot take care of a bigger society. Without linking the society with the universe, with the earth, it cannot sustain for a longer time. If you have to be successful as a powerful woman, you need to follow systems. You need to follow the laws of the universe. and that is Mahagauri, the most beautiful goddesses. In fact, I have Mahagauri behind me. She's the goddess of purity, cleanliness, laws. Let's rewind. From an infant energy, a learning stage, then where the emotions comes in. Then you're ready to merge with your Shiva. Then you're ready to become a mother. Then you're ready to take the responsibility of taking care of your children. Then you emerge as a mother for the society. From the society, you're taking the whole universe to your heart. You're ready to follow systems of a universe. You become a complete woman. Then what are you looking for? Then you become a giver. Siddhidatri. One is ready to bless. The most powerful form of a woman. A giver. When will you bless? When you are complete from inside. When will you give? When you are full from inside. So that is where Siddhidatri, a goddess who's ready to bless you anytime. So these are the 9 forms of Durga in you. It's so beautiful. The 9 characters in us. When I say feminine power, she is the representation of Kriya Shakti in any human being. All the forms which I said, even a man feels it from inside. So it is a Kriya Shakti in you. So when I think about Navaratri, these are the forms which comes into my mind. It's so easy to celebrate them from inside. When you know and when you realize this, they are part of yourself. When you realize it is a reflection of yours, you start loving them deeply. You start connecting with them in a deeper level. And that is actual celebration of Navaratri. This celebration of the womanhood from inside, or the celebration of the Kriya Shakti from inside. So what, we are not able to go out? So what, we are not to do big celebrations? When you understand these aspects of goddesses, you'll start feeling powerful always. And that is what we should do. Once you start feeling Navadurga from inside, you'll start seeing Navadurga in everyone. And that is actual celebration of Navaratri. Let's celebrate the goddess in ourselves. The realization of these goddesses in you makes you powerful to fight with any evil around you. Not only for yourself, for a greater cause. Let's spread peace and happiness around us during this Navaratri. I wish you all a happy Navaratri. Stay blessed and stay safe. Thank you for listening to me. Once again, happy Navaratri.